Okay.
There we go. Okay, hello everybody. Oh, Jen, could you bring me in a bowl? Your mommy has some salsa out there, I
Salsa.
think. Yeah. Is she out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
I think the salsa's in the freezer.
I'm going to ask someone.
Oh,
Huh?
okay. Hello everybody. Today is June the 29th, and it is 3:30. And it's probably been pretty close to 48 hours since I last ate. I didn't eat yesterday, so Sunday, it's the beginning of a new week. So I'm going to be eating keto here pretty much. Jen is going to be heating some salsa for me, and I'll add a little bit of this mayo to it. I'll try some of this Parmesan cheese. It's already kind of cheesy, but I like it. I've had this cold, so I'm feeling really under the weather. Our next door neighbor had a little birthday party for his son. His name is Paul, and he turned 21 today. And really a nice little birthday party for him. Unfortunately, I'm just feeling so lousy. I just went over there, gave him a little gift, and said, "I gotta go. I don't feel good." Got a lot of good food and everything. Really nice, but I'm just feeling crummy. I've had this cold now for it's going on a couple weeks now, and it's lodged itself down in my lungs, so breathing is a little bit difficult. Uh, I know that's a problem with a lot of people when they get colds. I have a little headache here. I haven't taken any. I just took 2 ibuprofen here at it's a 400 milligram ibuprofen at 2 o'clock, and haven't really eaten any headache type medication for probably about a month. So I was going to try to hold off, but today my headache is just so miserable here. I decided, okay, ibuprofen. I'm not going to fight it here much longer, but it seems to have had no effect on me whatsoever. I still got this crummy headache. So take a little bite of this here. Jen's fixing me up some salsa. And I put some butter all over this too. So we got butter and cheese, hamburgers and eggs. So pretty much keto, and this will be mayonnaise. This is all keto carnivore. A little bit of mayo there. I've always loved mayonnaise. I know a lot of people, they're ketchup people or mustard people. I'm a mayonnaise person. I've always been a mayonnaise person. There's a problem when I was growing up because I would mix the mayonnaise with the carbs. Mm. So when you mix a super savory fat with a carbohydrate, like it could be a sugar or a starch, and a little bit of salt, you get what they call a hyperpalatable food, which means excessively tasty. And then this kicks on your Oh, when you get hungry, and you're hungry about every 2 hours if you're eating carbs, 2, 3 hours, because your glucose levels spike and then they drop, and they spike and they drop, and they do that throughout the day. So people are eating 4, 5, 6 times a day. Leading to insulin resistance, high blood pressure, metabolic syndrome, high blood sugars. Insulin resistance is a big problem, and you can combat that pretty easily by intermittent fasting. Eat all your food a within about a 6 hour window, 6 to 8 hours. Thanks, baby.
You try. You gonna join me? I already eat.
Oh.
You try first the salsa.
I like.
Ouch. Your avocado's not yet ripe. Sorry.
Doesn't matter. I got more than enough food here. Nice spice to that. Holy smokes.
What?
Spicy. Wow.
That's good.
I like it. Just really sensitive. Normally the spice doesn't affect me that much. I did this the last time. I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese into my mayonnaise salsa mixture, and that tasted really good. Jen and I are both really creative when it comes to our diet. Had a friend the other day tell me, I don't know how you can eat like that, one meal a day and just protein and fats, and it's like, because it's delicious. I haven't been walking for a couple of days due to the weather. Normally I go walking, but we've had some kind of a little tropical storm here. I saw they're having a lot of flooding in some area here in the Philippines. Wow, that's good. Really delicious. I want to, yeah, those are hot. So while it's still hot, I'll melt some of this peanut butter on here.
Say hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
His nose is running, but it's not.
It's. I wanted to get some of that peanut butter on there while they're still hot. Because I love sabah with peanut butter. That is the. So what Jen and I are doing works really good to help you raise your baseline levels of dopamine. And as you get more healthier, because we're really on a health food kick, a fitness kick, so to speak, which I've been on for the last 19 years.
Hi, Patricia Winston. I think she made it too spicy for you.
I like it this way. I just have a cold, so I'm very sensitive. No, she knows my level of spice.
He can eat the whole chili, girl.
Mhm.
But he's just sensitive now. That's why and he have really a runny nose. Guys, can you please kindly press the like button and subscribe? This will be appreciated so much.
We're eventually going to put out some good videos. I hope the kids are going to get in here today so we can talk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to kind of convince them, baby.
For sure, no.
So that'll be up to you. We like to get it together at least once a week.
What you serving today? His favorite. A burger
This
and an egg.
this pork beef hamburger patty. Eggs. I've got 8 eggs, 5 hamburger patties, cheese,
Gouda cheese.
good cheese, and a little bit of my.
What is Gouda cheese? It was a cheddar
It's a Gouda cheese. It's good.
it's a gooey Gouda.
I love a lot of varieties of cheeses. I love history, but I don't know the history of cheeses. I love European cheeses. I love the American cheeses. The Tillamook, the cheddar, mozzarella, Colby.
That is a Gouda. Oh, you already put the peanut butter there. No. Still hot.
Of course, one of these days, Jen and I will be getting more into the.
Why I'm not eating? I already eat in the neighbor.
Yeah, we had a birthday party over here earlier. Our next door neighbor, Paul, turned 21 today.
Yeah, happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul. I went over there, but I am just feeling crummy.
Yeah, he just go home. After he greet him, he just go home. And we stay there with my children and we eat there. They have a good food. Do you know that they cook the chicken?
I was really impressed with their place over there.
And their chicken and they cook like they said I will cook a chicken like Max. And when I tasted I said this is better than Max. Yeah, still juicy inside. So I said, really? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Riley, you're a good cook.
He is. He's retired now. He used to work for the airlines. Now he's retired. He's got like 100 fighting cocks over there. He doesn't fight them. He just sells them.
Did he told you that?
Mm-hmm. Which I think is a good idea. Our son-in-law here, Michael, he's got some fighting cocks here. I don't approve of gambling in any way whatsoever. People are going to do the fighting cocks here. So if he wants to make some extra income doing that, I'm perfectly fine with that. Personally, I don't really have any bad habits. I don't smoke, I don't drink, no drug use, not even prescription drugs other than maybe ibuprofen every once in a while. We don't do any vitamin supplements. We're totally natural. But we also don't really have any bad habits like gambling. Gambling, excessive shopping, hoarding. I don't have any of those problems. Family doesn't really either. I'm a retired pharmacist, but when I went into the pharmacy, my goal was to help people get access to those drugs that they need, like the antibiotics, and the health care that they needed. If they're in a really bad situation and need some heart medication, something like that, pain relievers and such. I'm a firm believer in naturopathic medication or healing. Not medication, but healing. But we do use some naturopathic medication, like, if you have a candida infection, which is very common, you can get this chronic illness that will last for months. You wonder what's going on. You got this inflammation due to this candida fungus, and you can treat it naturally. You don't need pharmaceuticals. It's like diabetes. I see people getting hooked all the time on these diabetic medications. Metformin, glyburide, say, and sometimes eventually insulin. And it's like, well, how about you just stop eating sugar? So what I did might not be a total cure for you, but it certainly isn't going to exacerbate the problem any. And like with about 70% of the people that just cut all the sugar out of their diet, start intermittent fasting, you can start the healing process. The healing process is going to take, it's not, these healing processes, they're therapy. They take, weeks and months to go through. It's not some quick fix. I mean, you didn't get screwed up quick and you don't get unscrewed quick. I'm not advising anybody out there to quit their medications. But I'm saying, hey, guess what? Try a good keto carnivore diet. Cut back on all the sugar. Go low carb. Works for about 70% of the people. And that's better than any drug cure. And that includes these psychological problems that they're having. Antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication. I recommend getting off those as soon as you can. Drugs are not a cure for psychological disorders. Now, there's some people who have organic brain problems. I mean, in those situations, you're going to probably need some medication. I'm not advising most people to quit. If you've been in and had a brain scan and they determine that something is organically wrong with your brain and you need medication to treat that, that's the way it is. But for anxiety and depression, which are probably the two biggest problems, mental health care problems that are leading to all other problems, I recommend a healthy diet, exercise, doing a little bit of dopamine fasting every day, and then dopamine loading, which is very similar to dopamine fasting. Does that mean you're never going to experience pleasure in life? No. For me, every time I eat, it's a very pleasurable experience. But it's also loaded with a lot of other hormones that you create. Not just the dopamine, the oxytocin, the serotonin, the endorphins, the enkephalins. And of course, Jen and I, we meditate every day to create a very, not only heightened awareness, but a gentle awareness. Because there are a lot of people, they can focus, but their awareness might be driven by survival mode, which is pretty unpleasant. So yeah, a lot of people, they can, I mean, it's kind of like if you skydive. High anxiety, you're going to be focused. It is my hope that I never have to go skydiving. No desire for that.
Oh, almost done. Hi, Somia. Thank you for your like.
Thank you, Sonia. She's one of our regulars. One of these days, when Jen and I save the world, Sonia will be one of the first ones who really helped us out. And what's nice is we're going to keep these YouTube records for as long as they keep YouTube.
Hi, Course Breaker. Hello.
And Jen and I, we are planning on saving this planet.
He don't like his salsa.
No, I did. I just can't eat it all.
Ouch.
That is a treat that can't be beat.
You like that treat?
What do you think, baby? Pretty tasty?
Of course. This one is so frozen.
That's what it is, frozen.
It's a yellow watermelon.
Fire.
It's a fireball.
It's a fireball. I got a fireball right next to me, right here.
Mine?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
She's on fire.
I'm not. I'm not really.
She's a little cold today.
I'm not cold. I'm chilled.
Chill.
I'm so chilly.
Malamig.
I cover my whole body with a blanket, and yet the one blanket is not enough. So he put me another blanket. At least the chill just come out, but not just right. It's kind of long time.
Yeah.
How long I've been under the blanket?
I
I think I fall asleep in there.
don't know.
Yeah.
Quite a while, I think.
No, it's
I
like
think you
more
were-
than an hour.
Yeah, because you went to bed at 12, and I think we left for Riley's at 2.
Yeah, so it's like oh my god. I really chilly.
She was chilled to the bone.
Yeah. My hand and my foot is chilly, and I feel not very good.
She might be getting what I've got.
No.
I've been-
If I will get this, I will have this long time ago, but I will not, and it never has. Sometimes I got sneeze because my body sometimes kind of weak because of my hormones. So sometimes when my hormones is very low, I'm really feel sick.
Well, they're out of whack. Her hormones get out of whack, but everybody's hormones get out of whack. Except for men, our hormones don't usually get out of whack too much. As long as we're exercising and eating a lot of healthy fats and meats. Because then we keep our testosterone levels up and the other good hormones that are made from cholesterol. And then we feel pretty stable all the time. Women, they don't have that stability. And then their brains are connected with a huge corpus callosum, much bigger than men's. So they overthink.
Yeah, especially me. I was in the stage of menopausal.
Hmm.
Let's face it, everybody's getting older.
And as women age, they go through menopause.
Hmm.
And that means a huge fluctuation in your
I got my
hormones.
period very late, and I'm so happy. I said, "Oh, maybe I am menopause now." I'm so happy.
Hmm.
And then some of my friends said, "Oh, maybe I think you got pregnant now." I said, "That can't be."
Well, it could be, but not by me. Mm.
Hello, Zion.
Mm.
I think this is alpaca. Is that your alpaca?
Okay, I'm overloaded.
5 burgers.
5 burgers, 8 eggs, and maybe a kilo of sabah with peanut butter. So I'm good to go for, who knows, maybe another 48 hours. I always go about 22, 23 hours, but sometimes I just extend it out and go alternate day. And so, oh, yeah, I forgot to jot that down yesterday. So that would have been my 126th day this year. Since,
That's good for you,
yeah.
Zion. You got subscriber now
Wow,
115.
that's great. What's your channel about, Zion?
Actually, I subscribe on you. Is that you, alpaca?
Yeah, any of our friends out there who have a YouTube channel, let us know. We will gladly help you out. We'll
It's
subscribe to your
all
channel.
about animation and
Oh,
Roblox.
sweet. Roblox animation. I love that. Yeah, as Jen and I's, our plan is to save the planet. How are we going to do it? First, we're going to help each individual who joins with our group. And all you got to do with join with our group is to just subscribe to our channel and follow us. So how do we do it? Well, we help people to first regulate their dysfunctional mind. Uh, People's minds are you're emotionally dysregulated. People don't think they are, but they are. Everybody is emotionally dysregulated. I've never met a person who wasn't emotionally dysregulated. Why? It's because of our cultures, our educational system, the governments we live in, the foods we eat, our family values, the people we hang out with, the environment. Anybody who gets upset about some of the injustices in the world, you're getting emotionally dysregulated, and people should be justifiably upset about a lot of the atrocities that are occurring in this world. Uh, I've never really met anybody who's gung ho to go to war for some food corporation. So Jen and I help people to get people out of survival mode, and the way we do that is you got to be in a place where you can exist in a calm environment, right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can't get out of survival mode if you're stuck in a bad situation. You've got to get to a place where you're in an environment where you're at peace, where you can relax, where you do a few minutes of breathing. And then you can experience what it is like to have an aware mind and a calm mind. You want that combination, calm awareness, just paying attention so that you don't have to attach to your thoughts and your feelings or your emotional baggage. You can free yourself from all of that. You can examine and reflect on your beliefs and free yourself. You got to practice it for a couple minutes every day for about 100 days. And when you do that, then you get this anchoring place to where you can go, oh, I can calm my mind anytime I want. Because education, training, and then practice. And then what you do is you teach. And so this is what I've taught Jen how to do. So Jen has an extremely calm mind. She's able to focus. I've educated her on the neuroscience of this, the biology, and you learn it all at once? Not to be sure. Mm-mm. This takes months and years of education,
training.
training, and then practice. So that when you do get into an emotional situation where somebody's trying to create road rage or trigger you, you're just not triggered. Why? Because you're evaluating the situation. Like Viktor Frankl said, he said, somebody pokes you, you don't have to react. There's that spot between stimulus and reaction. And in that space, you have the freedom to choose. What we do is we help you to extend that space by practicing this quiet, aware meditation that is in a gentle awareness. It's a gentle awareness of what's going on around you, of your feelings, where you're not upset. And the thing is if you build this mind state, the neural connections, then when you need it, it's there. Right, baby Co?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. You can do it. We did it. People say, oh, how do you eat one meal a day?
Okay, again, thank you guys very much. I'm sitting on the floor. I feel comfortable here. So again, thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you, and Zion, thank you very much for your comment here. Yeah, it's really hard to post. NGLBC, I don't upload every day. BCJ, don't have any video ideas. Okay, so maybe you need to get somebody to help you with that. Okay, Zion, bye. And to all of you who watch here, thank you all and have a good day. Bye for now.